welcome to the Coloring Oasis. This is Emily. This is going to be the first, well, it's kind of the second part 2 of my entire fall and autumn and Halloween coloring book collection. Part 1, though, I released a few days back, was really just a few new releases. It wasn't like, so it's kind of like the pre part. I think I called that part 1. But I did this series a couple years ago. So if you see that pop up on your feed, where I said my entire Halloween coloring book collection, that was a couple years ago. I have probably 30 new books since then, and some of those I even might have given away or sold. Some were given to me. So I'm doing it and updated a brand new series, especially for people who haven't seen that, which will include any of the newer releases and my favorites. So we have a contest going on until the last day of September. If you join my Facebook group, where you can enter a picture you colored of a witch to win a copy of Hannah Carlzon's hardback Witch's Cottage, which is a book I'll be doing color alongs and tutorials for when I release my new coloring classes and membership by October 1st. So I have linked below the group in case you're interested. So I'm just randomly grabbing these off my shelf, kind of combining ones that I picked I want to color in for sure this month and next month. I tend to color end of September all the way through parts of November, Halloween and fall and autumn. I have Jade Summers Cute Witches in the pre-shaded. I only get Jade Summers books in grayscale. There's 2 copies of each. I don't think it's available in paperback anymore. However, you can get all of these books on their Etsy shop, download as PDFs and print them. And honestly, the paper would be better. But my favorite is Nightmares, and the Vampires one is good. I think I started one in here the other day, didn't I? This is cute. I thought I did. Like a little pumpkin I colored it. Yes, I did. So you can do, though, good quality alcohol markers in this book if you have a divider page. So I think I was doing a little tutorial on that pumpkin. So this is Jade Summers Cute Witches, which I really enjoy. It's a cute book. So this is Nikki Burnett's Spellbinding Images. It's kind of a shiny paper. They're grayscale. I have 2 of her books. And I've colored in them over the years in alcohol marker and you can see that shine. The paper is shiny. So some of these are several years old. So I don't know how good I was coloring back then, but they're really nice images. Good for alcohol markers. She has what she calls beginner and advanced. So the darker, this one is beginner edition, which means it has less black in it. Although this looks pretty dark to me, which is why I use alcohol markers in it. So do I have any more back here? Yeah, so it's a good book. I like all of her books. I think she might have a few line art. I don't like those ones as much. All right, so I have Easy Halloween Cute Halloween by Coloring Book Cafe. I just did a couple of these last year. Or 2 years ago. So I'm thinking of doing the gnomes, but that's so much like Teresa Goodridge's new gnomes book. Wow. That's kind of interesting. That picture looks almost identical to the one I just did the tutorial for that I haven't released for my new Patreon in the new Gnomes for the Holidays, the 2 Witches at the Cauldron. It's a little bit coincidental, or not. Okay. So this one's really cute. It's just an easy, fun beginner. You can use alcohol markers. You can use pencil, whatever you want. They're single-sided. Some of these I did probably years ago. So maybe I'll do a color along or something on the channel in these easy books because I can do it shorter. That one I was just finishing up. Yeah, it's a real cute book. I've always liked it. Okay. So this is Easy Fall by Joshua Dunbar. It's a gorgeous book. 2 pages, chunky easy coloring, large print. I think there's double pages. Half are landscape and half are, if I can get to them, are not. I did a full tutorial color along in the harvest bucket, which I'll be releasing also on my new Patreon in this book, so I'm not going to show it to you yet because it's a surprise. But it was done in pencil, but you can also do, I've done alcohol markers in this book as well. I love it. It's just fun, happy, joyful, easy coloring. I'm going to link every one of these books you see here below if you want to go check them out, add them to your cart in case you decide to grab a couple. So I called this bookshop, I think, in Marker maybe 2 years ago. Oh, the cafe, a little cafe. Real cute book. So I actually have a tutorial in that one that I didn't show you. This is kind of a fun one. It's new. It's called Halloween Classics. And I don't like them all, but I do like some. I'll show you the ones I like. Like, I like the stained glass Frankenstein. Some of them I wouldn't do. That one I like. Let's see. I like the wisdom tree. Kind of, that one's kind of cool, actually, the freaky pirate. I like the oozing pumpkin. So it's basic line art, basically. Illustrations, different kinds. That one's fun. I like with the Frankenstein. I like that one. I like that one. Okay, let's go to, I do have these. Well, I'll show you that at the end. At the end, okay. Whew. All right, I have, this is brand new from the series of the Mystical Lands of Clenendara, Karen Myers. This is her brand new autumn book. It has double pages. I'm thinking of doing this one as a tutorial. Mr. Pumpkin's Palace. I don't like all the books. I like the Christmas and the autumn ones. I've purchased some and returned them in the past. Some images I love, some are kind of boring or just like too much detail. It just depends what I'm in the mood for, but this one I really liked. It's very autumny, and I'll probably use markers for it. There's that same picture. I'm going to do this as a tutorial in my Patreon when I release it. So it's in my to-do stack. Yeah, so it's double pages as well, and these are all the books here. This one's adorable. One of my faves I just got this year, although it's older. It's Sherry Baldy's My Besties Fabulous Fall, and they're super cute. They're kind of whimsical. I like that stuff. There's 2 pages of each. There's just these cute little, like, fall girls. I'm gonna skip. Simple kind of cute little girls and fall get-ups. Real easy coloring. I could do a tutorial on my channel here or color along in one of these. It's real cute. I don't know, they remind me of Strawberry Shortcake characters or something. For some reason. Yeah, so that's Sherry Baldy's Fabulous Fall. I'll link that one below as well. All right, I've shown some of these in our recent flip-throughs. The new Beetlejuice official movie coloring book by Alan Roberts. Alan Roberts does the Beauty of Horror series. He's an amazing artist here, so I love him. And this book is very well done. He has a very interesting illustration style. I don't know if he used to do comic books or what, but you do have to use pencils or water-based mediums. I'm going to do this one with the TV. With Beetlejuice as a cowboy in the TV. Big 2-page spreads. Really classic scenes, like right out of the movie, to be honest. So there's a full slower flip through on my channel. I also did a flip through of this one. This is also new within a few weeks, the Mythogoria's Haunted Hearts. I do have a tutorial I'm working on, color along with Prismacolor. I'll be releasing for my new membership. Now, in the past, I didn't like horror, and I still don't. I don't love like scary horror movies. I like more cutesy or family style Halloween stuff. However, Fabiana Attanasio, who did this book, is amazing, and it's not like gore. So Mythogoria is a spin-off of the Mythographic series, some of the same publishers, I guess, but it's more this supposed to be horror, but this one is more like a Victorian romance, like a darker Victorian romance, and I really like the images. So I'll give you a sneak peek of the one I'm working on. Actually, the last couple of days. It's this graveyard scene, but it's just fun. It's a fun book. And people say, oh, it's too busy, I can't tell what's going on the pages. But once you start to color a couple of things, like, you can really start to see what's what. So there's gonna be a whole color along with that and tutorial on how I create certain effects. And it's true with, like, some of these are too busy, but when it's just illustration, it's kind of harder to tell until you start color. I love this one with the 2 pumpkin heads drinking wine, eating spaghetti. Makes me think of my parents because they were gourmets and they always had their wine. I like that one too. So it's a little, this one is better than the Night Terrors one. Like, this one is all chocolate box with little eyeballs. It's just really creative. I think they're really creative. Like, this is like just a spider, two lovers, love gone wrong kind of a scenario. This reminds me of Pirates of the Caribbean. This reminds me of a scene from The Little Mermaid. Love Potion. Yeah, so it's a really good book. Keep an eye out for more on this. Okay, I also have Sarah Richter's Dunkelbunt. This is only available on Etsy. She's in Europe. This is heavy cardstock. It's an amazing book. This is on my book completion bucket list. Thinking of doing this one on the channel on my Patreon membership when I launch it, so it's in my to-do list. That's why I just had some of these already pulled out. I've done a couple in here. Let's see. Done this one. Done this one. Yeah, it's thick cardstock. You can hear it. So it's amazing for like Copics and Ohuhus. Spectrum Noir. I mean, you can use water-based. You can use whatever you want, but it's a really heavy book. So she has 2 others, which are going to be in a different video because I'm just randomly grabbing them, not in any particular order. I have 2 here that I really do like. This is a more advanced Joshua Dunbar Hello Country Fall, unlike the easy fall one that I showed you, but it's still gorgeous. He's that's still that same Joshua Dunbar style, 3 pages in the back. Let me go past the landscape ones. It's too hard for me to turn it, but half of these are landscape view. Oh, I have this one. So these ones are still that same cute chunky style, but a lot more detail. But all his books are great for markers. Like, I started this one a couple years ago with some dud, really crummy markers, and it was just too pale, so I stopped, and I'm gonna have to go in one day and do it with pencil. I'll show you a few of the landscape ones though. This is a gorgeous book, it really is. So you can see some of the landscape ones. Mostly nature, because I love nature and fall. I think I might do this trick-or-treating one, which is fun too. Harvest. Yeah, so I love this one. This is Hello Country Fall, one of my faves. I just love the artwork. This is Jade Summers Easy Halloween. I don't know if it's still available in paperback, but definitely it's on their Etsy store. I've always liked this one. Again, you get a bunch of landscape ones. I'm going to do some color along tutorials for my beginner level members. If you join my Patreon, we'll do some beginning, blending, and coloring with pencil and marker. That's going to be like my lowest tier for people who want to do more marker or just for beginners. Just because it's fun and it's easy, and it can narrow in on certain objects and really show you blending. But I mean, I just love the style. So you might want to pick this one up because I do plan on doing some color alongs in it. This one I did several years ago. This one I did last year. These are all done in Ohuhu markers, the 320 set. I might do that one. I like that one. I like them all, honestly. Like, they're really cute. Let's look at the landscape view ones. There's some landscape ones too. I don't prefer the landscape ones because it's harder for me to do my book in the camera, because when I open the flap like this, it pushes against my camera. But there's so many cute pictures. I mean, I do them on my own, but it might be harder for me to do on the camera. Okay, so that's Jade Summers Easy Halloween. And if you don't have the book, you can get it. This pack of my Nina paper that I always recommend. I can link my favorite papers below too for Etsy printables. For marker or pencil, or if you want to do just marker, my Express blending card, which has a shine to it, which is great for markers. Okay, so I showed a video recently of the video number 1 had what was kind of some quote new releases, and I showed you this pile of the little mega trend going on right now on Amazon that drives me insane. Everyone's popping out these little books because they're cheap and they can do it quick, and 1 or 2 bestsellers went wild, and now everybody's making them, and they're not making the big books like the last several months. It's annoying. But after looking at like 30 of them, I kept about 6, and actually 2 were sent to me as gifts. But I showed these in that first video. Like, my favorite is this Alexander Franzesi Simple Halloween, just for like a cute 30-minute color. The Spooky Shop, Spooky Vibes, Spooky Cute. This is Coco Wayo, and I do like some of these artists. Like I do like Coco Wayo. I do like Southern Lotus. And I won't be doing all of these, obviously. I might do maybe 5 pictures of the whole book. And some of these I got just for my beginner level students that I'm going to be having in my classes. Autumn Charm, kept this one just so I can teach basic blending on foods and objects and flowers for my beginner classes. And then the Creepy Higgy Coloring Book Cafe was just plain fun, cute. Yeah, like, they do look really cute when they're colored, I admit. And sometimes, I mean, I may only ever color for like 5 in each one over the course of my whole life, and I probably won't buy any more. Maybe a Christmas one, but for the most part, you have to really be in the mood for these. This one was a gift someone sent to me, Gothic Kawaii. Probably a little more too simple for me. I like that some of these little ones do have quite a bit more detail, but you can see more specifics those books. I'll link below the first video in this series. I think that's where I had those in that video. I have a couple more to finish off this video. If I can pull it. I've had this one for a couple years. Literary Horror Legends. I was going to do one a year, but then I skipped one last year. I did a new one this year. I'll show you in my what I colored in September, so I'm saving that. I did this one like 2 years ago. I don't know why I skipped last year, but it has scenes from classic horror like novels, War of the Worlds, and Jane Eyre, Frankenstein, Phantom of the Opera, Dracula, Hunchback of Notre Dame, Hound of the Baskervilles, The Orla, Frankenstein, Dracula, The Damned Thing, The Call of Chula, Bluebeard, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. So it's a basic kind of sketchy line art style that you see the lines on. That's just the illustration style. So you'll see the one I did in there. I did Jane Eyre. This is Color Me Halloween. This is brand new from this year. This paper is bright white. I did one here I'm going to save as well to show you. It's bright white illustration, and the paper's really smooth. So the picture I did was in Star Joy gold pencils, and it worked brilliantly because it's a real smooth paper. There's like hardly any tooth on it. Actually would have been better for markers probably. But yeah, this one's cute. There's a lot of cute, just traditional family style Halloween type stuff in here. Just cute as a bug's ear. Okay. I don't want to show that one I did, but you get the idea. Yeah, it's a real cute book. Just very traditional. You can't really go wrong with it. Okay, let me grab a couple more, then we'll be done. We have 4 of my favorites I've liked for a lot for several years, the art in particular. Some of these I just got last year. The others were previous years I'm looking to color in. I got the Weird Couple by Southern Lotus, the Creepy Doll by Southern Lotus. I adore this book. Creepy Doll by Coco Wyo, and Coco Wyo's Spooky Girl. This is a very famous one that started the whole spooky phenomena in coloring. I do think I've done some in here, maybe, unless it's one of the Creepy Girl ones. It's a really fun style of art. I do alcohol markers in all these Spooky Couple, Spooky Town books. I think I've done more in the other ones than this one. But these are in my pile to do a couple for this Halloween, or this season, should I say. These are some I did a couple years ago. Very basic. This is no longer available in print, I believe. You have to, I think, get it in PDF. I don't know why. Coco Wyo disappeared off Amazon for some, I don't know if it's copyright issues. Some books they have back on and some they never could get back on. I don't know why. But this is Coco Wyo's Creepy Doll, which is one I really like. It's a lot like the one that I made. Alexa, stop. I'm releasing, the Coloring Oasis is releasing an adult coloring book, a Creepy Weird Doll, which is something I've been working on for about 4 months. And I have a proof of it. I can show you guys. It should be available in like a week or so. I will show it to you. Mine though is paper's gonna be better than this, and I have a little, it's pre-shaded, so a little more black in it. It's just, I just love weird and creepy stuff. Okay, so that's Creepy Doll by Coco Wyo. I have Weird Couple by Southern Lotus, which is fun. It's a fun one. This is, I mean, people say they don't like horror. This is still considered horror. Halloween is considered horror. It's just more family friendly or toned down. Technically Gothic is considered horror. The horror genre of books, film, cinema was actually a spin-off of the Gothic movement, Gothic architecture, Gothic literature, you know, like the Dracula and all the early Edgar Allan Poe and the Jane and Eyre and the Emily and the Charlotte Brontes and Wuthering Heights and all those books where there's certain elements that make things Gothic, which is like sweeping landscapes, spooky elements, supernatural elements, people usually in captivity, usually women, you know, fear-induced heightened senses, eerie landscapes. These are all things that make up Gothic in literature and architecture. And then horror as a genre was a spinoff of that. So really horror is Gothic style with a little bit darker elements than the Gothic was, right? But so you kind of see a little bit of both in this kind of stuff. I mean, I'm not overly into like severe gore, right? Which, I don't know. I like the beauty of horror stuff because I think the art is brilliant. But things like, you know, murder and Nightmare on Elm Street and, like, I never could watch any of those movies. I do like Stephen King because his is more, suspense, supernatural, and I did like the Carrie picture in the new Patreon that I'll be releasing and stuff. Okay, so lastly, wait, did I show you? Did I just show you? I don't think I did. Did I show you Seven Lotus's creepy doll? Or am I imagining it? This is the one I really love because it has more of a solid black background. This is a little more kind of like the style of mine, but has a little more detail than mine. I had to like learn a lot of new software, Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator, and Photoshop. And I used to be an editor of a magazine, so I did have some graphic design in there, but I wanted to start offering some coloring books for my own company as well. So I'll be doing a Christmas book and some other seasonal books. I started one this year. I haven't gotten very far. So that's Creepy Doll Southern Lotus. Anyway, I don't know what's available or not. I'll link everything below. Some of these are old. Thanks for watching part 2, I guess, of my video of Halloween collection. And you'll see more every other day. And thanks. Give me a thumbs up and a like. Join our Facebook group. Enter the Hannah Carlzon contest for Witch's Cottage. And we'll see you in the next video.